Okay, to start making the tracks, I've used cardstock and cut them with this cutting board to make these tracks for the marble. Now, the size that I've used, I've cut it about 3 inches over. I've sliced it to make this. Then obviously it would look like this, and you can see that I've folded the two sides to make a nice little track. And that's basically how you make a straight track. Okay, so this is the video before the testing phase, just to show you that this is complete right here. As you can see, I've mounted this onto a stairwell railing, just to give you a nice 360 view of it. Total height is about 2.7 feet tall, so almost a meter. And yeah, here we go. And that's where the marble will end up. So here's the first element. It's gonna start here at the hill. I'm gonna put it right here, let it go. It's gonna go into this funnel, which is a plate, and as you can see, you might not be able to see it, but there is a piece of tape here covering this hole, so it will not allow the marble to go through that hole. Instead, it will be going through this hole here. And as you can see, I made some more modifications by putting tape over these holes, because the ball fell through and that's not where I wanted it to go. So it's going to go through there. Let's see if I can. So it's going to go through there. That's the first part of the third element. So by the way, this is the second element here, this funnel. So we're going to go a level below. And here you can see this is the third element, the stairs. Okay, so the ball will be traveling down there, and then if we can get inside here, right in there, there's a little hole. That's where the next element will be, the funnel. So this is here to catch the marble, and it's gonna let it go through this funnel here, going down the next level. Okay, so this is the fourth element. The marble will be going through here. It'll drop and it'll go into this funnel here, and it will drop out of the funnel here, drop onto this piece of cardboard. So it's going to drop onto the piece of cardboard, and you may think that it's just going to stay here on the cardboard and stop, but no, actually the cardboard is bent the right way that the marble will sway back and forth and go right to that little slide down there. It'll go down that way. As you can see, it's supported by these red cardstock pieces. And there's another marble that I managed to get in there. I don't know why that's there. But anyway, it goes down this slide, makes a 90-degree angle turn, makes another 90-degree angle turn. It's going to go down in here. Now, this is one of my favorite parts of this roller coaster. Now, as you can see, there's two ways that you could that this marble could go. It could go straight, or it could go right and take a 90, 90, 90 that are all pieced together and come out through this way, keep going, and shoot out through there, or it could go straight and it would be able to come out through this little dump here. It'll drop the marble, and this is just a piece to make sure that it catches the marble in case it the marble goes over. So it'll catch the marble, go down the same path, and end up in the plate, which is the last element. So, brief overview of the elements again. Number 1 is going to be the hill. Number 2 is going to be the top funnel. Third element will be the slide here, the steps. The fourth element will be the funnel. The fifth element will be the cardboard piece that catches the marble. The sixth element will be this nice 90-degree angle right here that's sticking out from the roller coaster. The seventh element will be this excuse me. The seventh element will be the part where it either goes straight to the drop or around to into the plate. And the last element will be the plate to catch the marble. Test 1. Black marble. Ready, go. Test is a success. Marble landed in final element. Okay, as you can see, today we have made a nice mod to this roller coaster, which will actually, hopefully, improve the performance a lot, because this time we added a two-way, two-way track. This little piece here, let's see, this little piece here will flick the marble in whichever direction the marble wants to go. It depends on actually the speed of the marble, as we've found out in previous trials. We've recorded the number of times it goes this way into the drop, or this way coming around and coming out the same. You can see the drop comes out here, and this also comes out the same onto the same track to come into the final element. So we've made a tally of how many times it goes through each way, and turns out it's literally a 50-50 shot. The marble basically is just 50% of the time it wants to go this way, other 50% wants to go the other way. So it was pretty, it was quite interesting for us, and we really didn't do anything different after we installed this to change the probability of which way it'll go. It basically did a 50-50 shot every single time. So I'm really happy about that. As you remember from the previous videos testing, that this was not here. So just to let you know, this is going to be included in our completional phase and our testing phase. We also added another mod here. I like to call it a fail-safe guard, I guess. Whenever the marble shoots out from this funnel, if it shoots out the wrong way, or if it shoots out like in a direction that the marble's going to go this way and hit this, all it'll do is hit this. This will fall like that, but the marble will continue to stay on here and keep moving, which is really nice, because before we had this part, and before we had this piece of cardstock taped here as the fail-safe mechanism, we had the marble sometimes going this way and fall off, or go this way and fall off, but very rarely it would go this way and fall off. Most of the time, wherever there's the guards here, wherever these guards are, these are also new additions. That's where we found the marble to be going a little often sometimes, and it wouldn't be able to hit inside the white track here. So we made those modifications, and now we did another tally of how many times it goes down this slide here, and we found out that it is 100%. We tried it with 5 marbles, and they all went down. And if they did, some of them did hit this piece and these 2 pieces here, but they collected into the slide right there. So I'm really happy about that. I would want to name this roller coaster the Leaning Tower of Pisa, because before it was all straight, but after a couple times it really just started leaning over, but it still works, so I'm gonna keep it that way, because the reason it's starting to lean over now is because we've been taping, you know, these things and taping the plate. We actually want it to tilt so that the marble will fall into this side of the plate, in this hole, the funnel, the second element, and we've taped it to this basically this cardboard pole that is holding up the first element to go into the second element, the funnel. So that's basically all the mods we've done so far. Everything else, I mean, we've also added these guards up here to prevent the marble from falling off, because before we had those, the marble often fell off this second element. So we made the adjustments, and for the 5 trials that we did for this to see if it would catch it in that area, the marble also went in this hole 100% of the time. So we're really happy about that. So that is the final modifications that we'll be making, and we're gonna go through the testing phase pretty soon. Test 3, black marble. Okay, so the last test, test 2 is not a success. As you remember, it landed in here in this little pocket. So the only modification I really did was, you know, adjust it a little bit so the steps would be a little bit more stable, a little bit more aligned. So we'll try again. Test 3, black marble. Ready, start the stopwatch. Okay, stop the stopwatch. Okay. Total time 15.62 seconds. Okay, so before I start the completion phase, I just want to tell you the stats of the roller coaster and how fast the marble came down for all 3 trials. So the total average time that the marble took to get down here was about 15.7 seconds. So this is going to be the completional phase. We're going to include this into the average. So this is not the final average. This is the total average for the 3 trials, the testing phases, but this is the final thing. No other modifications were made other than adjusting the funnel here, just because when the marble goes in, it shakes the roller coaster a little bit, so I just had to basically give it a little touch. But that's basically the only mod I made. So this is the final completion. This is the completion phase. Okay. Alright, ready? Start the stopwatch. Stop the stopwatch. Okay, total time for completional phase 16.57 seconds. So obviously this one was a little bit longer. So okay, there you got it. You have it. Completional phase.